bruh, bruh, bruh. Well, hey there, everybody. It's time to take a look at some Switch games. And given how long the NES games video went, yeah, I've got a lot of Switch games. So we're going to try to make this go a little bit quicker. This is 88 Heroes, the 98 Heroes edition. Gets you 10 extra heroes. There's some interesting things about how some of these games came into my collection, which I can't go into too much detail about due to ongoing legal matters that have nothing to do with me specifically. That's neither here nor there. Astro and Aqua Kitty, very much like Defender. Also, in my collection, I have some doubles. And these doubles were intentional because this is the console that my children are going to be nostalgic for, which means that prices for it are going to go through the roof. And someday they are going to leave my house, hopefully. We'll see. That depends on a lot of factors, and I want them to have the games that they love. But I also want copies of a lot of those games too. So when they leave, they'll be able to leave with a decent starter collection on their favorite console. And also, I will not have to give up my copies of those games. Anyway, Alex Kidd in Miracle World. Let's see. I don't think this is the one. No, this is the one. Okay. Yeah. Comes with all the tchotchkes and whatnot. Funny story about this. Kid found it in his parents' closet before his birthday, and so Dad returned it. And so it was brand new with all the tchotchkes, but it got sold as a used game, and so I got essentially a brand new copy at used prices. After Image, this is one of the ones that, see, I did somebody a favor, is what I did. I got games out of their house that they did not want in their house because they reminded them of. And then getting shanked in prison because that's what happens to the kind of people who do the things that they did. Will have gotten them out of their house, and everybody is happy with that arrangement. So yeah, I know. Believe me, I know. But also circumstances. Anyway, Blood Rain Betrayal. Sorry if you hear dog noises. That is a very naughty dog who is outside currently because of things she tried to do to cats. And I'm not having that. I'm a cat person. That's my wife's dog. And my wife put her outside, and it's not my problem. But she would really prefer that I let her be inside. And I'm not going to relent because I don't care about dog. I care about cats. Sorry. Anyway, Bladed Fury. Really kind of a hidden gem. Very fun game. Very cool hack and slash type of game. Battle Chasers Night War. You can get this on every system available, and nobody cares about it or talks about it, but it's a really cool, really fun game. This one, when you normally see this white thing up at the top, that means, oh, there's not an actual cartridge in here. There is a cartridge in here. It's just there's a lot of download. it might be that the first game is on the cartridge and the other two are downloaded once they know you own the cartridge. I don't know how exactly that works, but it does. It is a physical copy of what is a very beautiful game, and choices matter. I haven't played this yet, but I really want to. Looks really cool. Oh man, Axiom Verge. I don't know how this game. I mean, no, I understand how it lost in the great Metroidvania wars of 2017 or whenever those games came out. But yeah, people have been sleeping on this, and we're all waiting for Silk Song to come out. But Axiom Verge 2 is already out, so don't sleep on Axiom Verge. Single man development team. Oh yeah. So here are two games, the Atelier Ryza games, which I thought I would enjoy, but I do not enjoy even a little bit. Like, I put hours and hours into the first game and just, boo, it's all fan service and nonsense. And I didn't I didn't like the alchemy portion of the game, and that's like the main thing. It just feels like stupid, endless fetch quests to me, is what it feels like. And I know everybody else is like, but her boobies jiggle, and it's like, whatever. There are good games in which you can get the same thing. Anyway, I love Burger Time. It is one of my favorite arcade games of all time, and Xseed was involved in this. So is it good? I don't know. I've not played it yet. I don't play my Switch nearly enough because I don't know. I've been a PC gamer since forever, and even though I really like the Switch and all the things that it does, I don't play it that much. But I need to. I've been meaning to. This is the Paper Mario game that should have existed. Everybody was underwhelmed by Origami King, and rightfully so. But Bug Fables is the real deal. And yeah, that's a limited run game, so I'm very happy to have a physical copy of that. Bravely Default 2, yeah, everybody loved this on the 3DS, and so that's a good one. Here's a fun thing: you could get 3 Borderlands games on a single cartridge to play on the Switch. Not my favorite way to play Borderlands games, but a lot of these games, it's just kind of fun that you can play them. I guess if you have a Steam Deck, which I don't. Oh, how I wish I had one of those. But, yeah. I'll probably buy a used one at some point. That's how I get most of my stuff. Like, the Switch is literally the only console I have ever bought new, unless you count the Game Boy Advance SP. That's that's a handheld. But so is the Switch, kind of. Blue Fire, don't know anything about it. Blossom Tales 2, people say it's not as good as the first one. I don't know. I'm in the middle of the first one. That's the Switch game that I'm currently playing. But I'm not currently in school, so I don't have boring teacher meetings to play Switch games in, which I do. Don't tell anybody. Shh. I have Curse of the Moon 2. I don't have Curse of the Moon 1. I wish I did. But I started buying limited run games too late. So that's just unfortunate. But this is the NES style graphics bloodstained game. And this is the, modern Metroidvania bloodstained, very Castlevania-ish. That's what people like about it. Code of Princess, yeah, talk about your fan service games. This one actually is, well, first of all, way more fan service than Atelier Ryza, but also a better game in every measurable way, as far as I'm concerned, because there's action in it, and you do stuff that is not like, oh, you need to go fetch the Fufara flower from the blah 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 meadow. And it's like, oh god. Anyway, here's a game that's more fun than you'd think. Yeah. 51 Clubhouse Games. Sorry if my stuff is off camera. This is a very janky setup. And so the portion of the phone mount that is holding my phone, in order to get access to all the buttons and everything, it's actually covering up the part of the screen that the game is in. So that's helpful. Anyway, but that game's more fun than you'd think. There's a lot of fun games in there. I own two different versions of Cat Quest. This one just has the first game. That one has both 1 and 2. This is the one I get. When my kids move out, they can have the other one. Because they already own both games on Steam. So, come on. Dad's got... Oh, that's right. I have two of these. I don't know if I was dumb enough to order the same game twice. I don't think I was. I think they sent me two. Because there was a while where, like, during COVID, limited runs shipment services were having troubles. And it took forever for that game to ship. Everybody shipping stuff was having troubles because, like, it was COVID. Anyway, yeah, this is a soccer RPG. I haven't played it yet, but I am intrigued. I do like a good soccer game. And this is one of the only rhythm games you will ever catch me playing. I generally hate rhythm games. I think they're too gimmicky and stupid most of the time, but Crypt of the Necrodancer, the original game that was reskinned as Cadence of Hyrule so that you can play Crypt of the Necrodancer with Legend of Zelda characters and Legend of Zelda enemies. Like, yeah, there you go. But it's a really fun game in spite of the fact that it is a rhythm game. Because normally rhythm games suck. And I know you're going to come at me with like, oh, what about Donkey Kong with the bongo controllers? And I don't have those. And what about, Rhythm Doctor? And what about, we could play what about all day. Crosscode. Yeah, really interesting looking RPG-ish game that I haven't played yet. Same with Chris Tales. I intend to play it. I fully do. I purchased them for that purpose. Those two are ones that I bought, not ones that I got from a certain, hopefully soon to be convicted offender against children. Anyway, Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. That one is for me. I haven't played it yet. I don't even know if it's good, but I got it cheap. So, 2 copies of the Insane Trilogy because this was a Walmart. Like, we used to live in a town where the only place to shop was Walmart. And some of those Walmart deals, Black Friday deals, if you get them in a small town, like they have all of the games sitting there for days and days. And sometimes they'll even discount them further because they can't really sell at full price the games that are stickered for Christmas sale. Anyway, so you have 2 of those. My kids can have one someday. The Cotton reboot, because Cute 'em Ups and because Radical Reggie swears by it, so why not? I only have one of these. Although, yeah, and I don't know why I don't have the cool plastic protector sleeve for it, but I don't. But it is a limited run, and I do love my Contra, so there you go. Collection of Mana, because this is one, it's a Square Enix game, and I probably would have eventually purchased it on my own, but I did get this from Ways and Means. Yes, the House Ways and Means Committee made sure that I had a copy of this. This one will not surprise you because I own it more than once. Akiba's Trip. It's a fun game. It's stupid. It's pointless. But also it's kind of well made, and the characters are pretty cool. Like, some of the characters literally remind me of people that I know. And yeah, I don't think that this is like special that it's a collector's edition. I paid the same amount for it, and I've never seen any other version of it. So maybe there's a standard version, but I've never seen it. So it is, yeah, it doesn't really do anything to me one way or the other. Yeah, a lot of these are out of order now because I'm grabbing them in chunks. Anyway, Daemon X Machina. I tried to buy this game, because like giant fighting robots, and Walmart was like, "We scan it and nothing comes up," and I was like, "But I have money." And I could show you on the shelf how much it says it is. And they're like, yeah, but if it doesn't scan. And I was like, just say that it's, and they're like, well, but inventory. And so they made me wait. And then eventually nobody bought the game for a long freaking time. And then they just put it in the discount bin. And I grabbed it and bought it for less than I was prepared to buy it for in the first place. So that's always good. This I own because I love No Man's Sky, and I'm always looking for things that are like No Man's Sky. Is Everspace fun? I don't know because I own No Man's Sky on the Switch. Spoiler alert. Oh, you gotta have your Dragon Quest builders, or yeah, and you gotta have your Dragon Quest builders, 1 and 2. Gotta have both. Because I do, and because people tell me that it's like Dragon Quest but with Minecrafty elements, and I'm like, that sounds super fun. And I played a bit of it, but I could tell immediately that I would rather play it on a big screen than a small screen, and so I need to dock my Switch, which I almost never do. So that's part of the problem. Yeah, here's the main Dragon Quest game, Echoes of an Elusive Age. Yeah, people really like that game. I have not played it yet. Ooh, these we gotta get in order. So, the Disgaea series are some of the greatest tactical RPGs ever made, which is why I own Disgaea 1 and Disgaea 5 and Disgaea 6. Because getting 2, 3, and 4, I don't even know that 4 exists on the Switch or in physical copies other than PS2. Don't quote me on that. And probably insanely expensive. So, yeah, I own the ones that I can own because they are excellent. Here's a fun story, real quick. This is probably going to be an insanely long video. Sorry. I haven't played this game yet because Blizzard sucks. I own it I own a physical copy of this game for the PC, and Blizzard will not let me in to play the game. And it pisses me off so much because their DRM has it locked down so tight that I, a person who owns the actual friggin' disc, can't play it. So I own it on the Switch as well, but also God, I might pirate it for the PC. That's what I used to do with games that I owned physical copies of, but didn't want to play through Steam because Steam used to suck. Death Smiles 1 and 2 because Radical Reggie said so. That's true. He did say so, and he is rarely wrong when it comes to shooters. Anyway, Darksiders 1 and Darksiders 2, very cool games. I haven't played them on the Switch yet, but I played partway through Darksiders 1 on the PC. Danganronpa because, I don't own any other Danganronpa games, and I know people who really like them, so there you go. Anyway, that's the end of the first box. Oh, geez, I looked at the time. I've got to speed this up. Okay, more Switch games. Box number 2, we got Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy. I bought this because I heard it was janky, and I love Grand Theft Auto Vice City and San Andreas. I guess 3 is okay. But Vice City is one of my all-time favorite games, and San Andreas is pretty far up there. And I wanted to play the Janktastic Terrible version. There was a lot of hype around this when it first came out, and I have spent zero amount of time with it. This this is the one I think it's like a giant wet T-shirt contest or something like. This was owned by a certain terrible person, and now it's mine. Uh, so yeah. Anyway, this one I don't know. I don't know what this is. Same deal. Forager, which comes with all kinds of tchotchkes in there. My kids really love this game. Whoop! See, it's got like stickers and unfoldables and cards and nonsense. It's kind of heavy in the case. Anyway, that's because they care and they did a good job of putting out a product that has cool stuff in it. For a while, I was really big into fishing games. Haven't played them in a while. This one is okay, moderately acceptable. This was a game that they begged me to get out of their house, and I relented. Yeah, because they all have negative feelings around this game because it's what certain persons were playing when the news broke of what they had done, which is terrible. A thing for which we all hope they get shanked in prison someday. I'm not a super vindictive person, but like, there are things that will make me wish you get shanked in prison someday. Here's the pixel remasters of Final Fantasy. Very expensive, stupidly expensive, but worth it. And yeah, I played 4 or 5 as the pixel remaster. I don't remember which. 6 I played the NES version of. Here's Final Fantasy 7 and 8. Remastered, but not remade, but not rejiggered, but not reconfigured, but not recollected, but not remastered, but not re-HD'd, or any of the other 12 freaking re-releases of Final Fantasy VII. They gave us nothing for the longest time, and then they're like, would you like 12 different remakes of Final Fantasy VII? And we're like, one good one. That's all we ask for, is just one good one. You've completely muddied the waters with your many, many things. Here's another Final Fantasy game that I don't know, because I've never played it yet, and I'm currently on Final Fantasy VII, but I'm not playing this version. Yeah, because I own multiple versions. I own the one that was I own the Final Fantasy VII that's on Steam, which was like they tried to keep it to the original. It's the version that I don't think you can even get on Steam anymore. Anyway, regardless, let's talk a lot and make the video longer. Killer Queen is a apparently super fun multiplayer game, but I don't play multiplayer games because I'm the worst. Anyway, Kaze the Wild Masks. I hear nothing but good things about this. Have not played it yet. I shouldn't tell you which games I haven't played yet because that'll make you sad inside. Anyway, Katamari Damacy. I love Katamari Damacy. Who doesn't? It's so oddly unique. This I bought for my children, which is why it's all janked up. It's been played once, but it looks like it's been played a million dang times. The case is all... Anyway, yeah, I mean, granted, I have the same thing. There are things that I had as a child that I was like, why didn't I keep that in good condition? But it's the kids who keep things in good condition that you really worry about, right? Anyway, regardless, heard really cool things about this and am eager to play it. This one is highly rated, but like always in the discount bins. So I don't know. Maybe they made too many copies of it or something. I have no idea what happened with that one, but like people like it. It's a fun game apparently. Anyway, Hyrule Warriors, I have played on the Wii U, which is how it was originally released, and the Wii U can't have anything nice because Nintendo, like, people complain about how, like, Sony drops things like the PS Vita, for instance, but, yeah, Nintendo, when they have something that they're like, this is not quite it, like the GameCube, or like, I mean, not as much with the GameCube, but the Wii U, hard. Dropped that nonsense hard. Anyway, Hotline Miami collection, very fun, very cool. This got the European version because it's cheaper, which is, how to do some things. Supergiant Games makes cool things. This is a cool game I intend to review on my channel soon. This is another one of them fan service games I don't know anything about. I've never played it, but I got it from Place, legal. Anyway, Kingdoms. I mean, it's legal, 100%. Like, I am assured that it's fine. Uh, but like, part of me is like, ugh, because that terrible person. Anyway, regardless, I shouldn't say too much about it. But it's very intriguing, right? That I'm so mysterious about it. Anyway, this game was released on everything, but it's funny because, like, I don't remember people being too jazzed about the game in the first place. But the reckoning, the remastered, re-updated, people like it. Anyway, this one my son really wanted, and oh wait, hold up, yeah, because this one I have duplicates of. Yeah, because that one is the one. Anytime it's a Dreamland with Kirby, like anytime Kirby's in Dreamland, I am in. Which is to say nothing about, like, uh, Kirby's yarny yarns of a yarn, Kirby's epic yarn. Oh, see, this is why I didn't want dogs to begin with. Anyway, Klonoa comes with the original two Klonoa, the first two Klonoa games. So yeah, why not? Night Witch, it's a Team 17 game. Uh, I got this for a song. I don't remember where or how. I just remember that I did not pay too much for it. I have not played Batwa yet. Uh, so I'm ashamed that I have not played it yet. My son has put hours and hours into it, and once I'm done with the Final Fantasies, I'm going to play through all of my Zeldas because I have most of the Zelda games that have ever been released, but I have not played some of them. Anyway, yeah, I got two copies of this because I want to make sure that I keep one. Yeah, fishing games because yes, this is apparently like Smash Bros. But with Legos, but no one in my family is interested. And hold on. Ah, I knew I had two copies. Here we go. Two copies of that Mamma Jamma. Because that was a hot item when it first came out, and everybody was super excited. Uh, there, I literally, like, the day that it came out, I had kids asking if they could leave my class to go pick it up. And I was like, just go on lunch. And they're like, they don't give us enough time on lunch. And I'm like, well, I can't. Legally, I am legally responsible for your whereabouts at all times when you're on my roster. I can't, like, be like, no, it's cool. They just went down to purchase video games on the other end of town. They'll be back, probably. Yeah, anyway. But did I do that to get Weezer's Pinkerton in 1996? Yeah, I left school to go pick it up the day it came out. Yeah, there you go. Some Monster Boy. Oh, why are all my Mega Man? Oh, well, I thought I had two copies of Mega Man 11. Apparently I don't, but I will need a second copy because it's a pretty good game. Yeah, this, I don't know. I like the original one on the Wii better. I like Rabid games better than most people. Some people find them obscenely creepy. But they let the record show they are the original Minions. Let the record show. Luigi's Mansion, my son played this at a friend's house. It was like, I have to have this game. And that is why we have it. Live Alive. Yeah, I love them Square Enix 16-bit type RPGs. Absolutely have to have it. This one I got for my daughter, and she has never played it. So, you know, that's the thing. And here is a bargain bin game, if ever there was one, because you can find it in every bargain bin. If you're looking for Switch games in bargain bins, that's the one they have for sure. Okay, here's a stupid thing that I own because it was not originally purchased by me. Jeez, get in frame. This is the Little Town Heroes made by the Game Freak, the Pikachu company. And they, yeah, should stick to remaking Red and Blue for the 97,000th time because nobody cares about that game. Apparently, it doesn't suck, but I haven't played it, and there's no way that you would catch me spending my hard-earned money on a collector's edition of a game that nobody gives a crap about. Anyway, got your Mega Man X collection and the X2. Got your Mega Man ZX Legacy collection because you got to have your Mega Man collections. Miitopia because my daughter likes Tamagotchi Life, and this is the closest thing on the Switch. My kids have played this, but I have not, which is funny because I play a ton of Minecraft. I do like sports games, but I always buy them after they were released, the year after they were released. Monster Hunter. Here's the fun thing. There are a couple of series that I own multiple games of, but have never played. Monster Hunter and Call of Duty. I've never played a Call of Duty game. I own several. NBA 2K. I'm terrible at this game, but I do own a couple of them. See, this one's got Luca. I had to buy that one because it's got Devin Booker on it. I'm a Phoenix Suns fan till the day I die, and it will not happen until after I die that they will win a championship because the NBA hates my team, and the NHL hates my team as well. And also, there are no, other than that, like blood hockey, there are no EA Sports. It's in the game. Like, there's none of those on the Switch for hockey. At least not that I've seen. Maybe there are now. Anyway, Neo: The World Ends With You. Cool looking Square Enix RPG. Yeah, this one, bah, and here's the other one, bah. Yeah, I got those for $2 a piece because the Walmart gets stupid with their sales sometimes, and yeah, when I ring it up and it was $2, I was like, I'm gonna need to go get that other copy. Anyway, Ni no Kuni because Studio Ghibli made this one, or Ghibli. I don't know how to say it. I don't say it out loud. They're the people who made like all of them, you know, Howl's Moving Castles and all of them really cool movies that you love so much. Anyway, yeah, that's the end of this box, and we'll go on to the next box. Okay, next box. Here we go. Night in the Woods. Haven't played this one yet, but I intend to because it's really cool, very story driven, and I like the message. I do know some things about the game, but have not played it yet. Knights of Azure 2. Yeah, don't know much about this one, but I have it because reasons. Ninja Saviors, Return of the Awesomeness of there being ninjas in video games and me owning them. Here's the game I've poured more hours into than any other game in my collection. Not on the Switch. I have played it on the Switch. It is moderately acceptable. Better to play it on the PC. This I have because I didn't get the remade versions of No More Heroes 1 and 2, which I thought I owned on the Wii. Maybe I did at one point, but some of my games got stolen at some point, and I'm still upset about it because I think I know who it was. And if I am correct about who it was, because, even though our door got broken as somebody was trying to break into our house, they didn't get anything. And so like the games that have gone missing probably taken by people that I invited into my home as friends or family uh, who did me wrong. And there's really one person that I can point to that I'd be like, seems like that's the kind of person, and yeah, they are the worst person I know, and I hope they get shanked in prison someday. Anyway, Oceanhorn, super cool Zelda-ish type of game. I've heard Oceanhorn 2 is not as good, but I own it, so I haven't played it yet because I haven't beaten Oceanhorn 1 yet. Octopath Traveler, I really want to play this game, but where to find the time for all of these games that I must play? Because that really is the prime concern. That's the real problem all the times. These also, yeah. Oh, one of these is sealed. Huh. I thought I gave one of these to my children. Maybe I did not. I don't know what I'm going to do with a sealed version, other than unseal it and let my kids play it. So, yeah, my kids might be getting that game soon. This is Okami, the game with the dog. This is the Japanese version, and even though everything on it is Japanese, I have been assured that it does have English as an option, or that it either that or it doesn't matter that you don't have English. Okay, I said that. Oh goodness, now I'm blanking on yeah. Anyway, Hollow Knight really kind of won out in the big Metroidvania battle. But here's a Metroidvania that people done slept on hard. Owlboy, beautiful, really good, really well made. Can't say the same about this. It doesn't totally suck, but it is like people have a certain expectation of a Paper Mario game that this game did not quite deliver. I bought this one because it was cheap, and I was told like, "Hey, it's action adventure that kids would like." My kids have never played it, but what they have played is Pokemon, and Pokemon, and Pokemon, and Pokemon, and Pokemon. Oh, are those all in? You see what those are? There are Pokemons on the Switch that I don't own, but like honestly, how many versions of Red and Blue do I need in my life? Is a question that everyone is asking. So Game Freak, why don't you do us a favor and I don't know, remake any of your other games? Because you're not like interested in making new games. Remake Black and White. For crying out loud. You don't think people want that? They do. I know people who do want that. Exactly. My children would love that. Yeah, Rabbids Party, not sure who this is for because I don't like party games, but I do like Rabbids and nobody else that I know does. So why did I buy that? I have no idea. This I got because a friend, his girlfriend bought him this game for his birthday because he's a big Rayman fan, and he had already purchased it, and he didn't have the heart to tell her, so he gave this one to me. And I was like, let me give you money. And he's like, no, no money. Yeah, this is one of them RPGs that I don't know anything about because I got it from places. This is Record of the Lodoss War. Deed lit in Wonder Labyrinth? Yes, I know all of those words and what they mean. Anyway, regardless, that's a game that I own. Remy Lore, Lost Girl in Lands of Lore. I, again, don't know anything about it, but hopefully it's cool. Ring Fit Adventure. Yeah, I look forward to the days, like I own multiple Wii consoles because I used to buy them at Goodwill when you could pick up a Wii for like $12. Yeah, nowadays you don't see the Wii's, and if they have a Wii, they'll sell it for like $100, or they'll do this stupid thing and sell it on that eBay site that they have that's like Goodwill but eBay, and you have to bid against everybody else in the country, which is garbage because that's not what Goodwill is for. Goodwill, like, you're for getting deals on stuff because you're getting it for free. I know how you get stuff because I've given you stuff. So stop overcharging. Anyway, regardless, someday you will find Switches on the eBay site, but what you will find in store, the same way that you find stacks and stacks of Wii balance boards, you'll find the rings for Ring Fit Adventure. Not a bad game. It just kind of why you work out to work out. You play video games to play video games. Yeah. Anyway, Risk of Rain includes the original. The original is 2D pixel, and the Risk of Rain 2 is 3D, and very cool, both of them. So awesome. This is also the Japanese version of River City Girls 1 and 2, because the American version of just River City Girls 1 is as much as it costs to get 1 and 2 in the Japanese version. And I know enough math to know that I don't want to pay more to get less game. So that's the math that I did on that. Anyway, up next, sorry, I'm always shuffling stacks of games. Rune Factory Special 4. And these seem cool. I got it because I thought my daughter would like it, and she's never played it. Good thing she's not here because she'd hear me saying that of a bunch of things. I heard nothing but good things about this game, but haven't played it yet because where's the time to play it? But I do intend to at some point. Here's a game that I could not buy fast enough because when this stopped being sold for the PS3, people went bananas and they were selling PS3s with a verified copy, a digital copy of this game for insane amounts of money. I mean, insane for what it's actually worth. And so I bought this thinking like, oh yeah, I gotta have a physical copy. It's gonna be worth so much money. It's not. Normally I don't care about the dollar value of games, but I bought this knowing that I would play it regardless, because I do love beat 'em ups, and this is a good beat 'em up. But like, it's not worth anywhere near as much as you would think. Here's a couple Scribblenauts games. Kids have played them and are generally indifferent for the most part. Okay, Shantae Half Genie Hero. Here's the thing. Limited Run Games re-released all of the Shantae games for the Switch, and now you can't get them anymore, and that's stupid, and that sucks. And I want all of the Shantae games on the Switch. Could you please, Xseed, do you own all of the Shantae games? Because if you do, re-release them all on a single cartridge. And if you don't, then that's the only reason why that doesn't exist. Shaq Fu, because yes, bonus Fu you. Anyway, cool. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Yeah, I bought this because I didn't have any Shin Megami Tensei games, and I got a deal on that one. So I don't know why. I don't remember why I got a deal on it, but I remember, ooh, hit the camera, make it shake, give everybody epileptic fits, and then we're good, right? Sorry. Apologies. I do know people with epilepsy. Again, jeez. Sorry, I told you this is a janktastic setup, and it's not going particularly well. Anyway, Sonic Frontiers, and wait, what the junk? These are all out of order. Hold up. Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Frontiers, because you can get those cheaply anywhere, and they're not as good as Sonic Mania, which is more in the spirit of an actual classic Sonic game. SpongeBob and the Bikini Battle for Bikini Bottom rehydrated, yeah, because we got to remake everything, and then I have to buy the European version because it's cheaper. The Spyro Reignited. Wait, didn't I have two copies of this? I could have sworn. Hold up. I guess I don't. I guess I don't have two copies of the Spyro Reignited trilogy. But yeah, I've never actually played the Spyro games, but I have a ton of Skylanders and Skylanders games. So yeah, Shining Residence Refrain. Because yeah, and this is the display box. How did I get the display box copy? I have no idea. Tell you what though, I did not pay $49.99 for it. So hooray me! And like, I don't know, is it worth more that I have a display box copy? Probably not. Yeah, Shovel Knight, because this is one of my son's favorite games, and I also happen to love it. Shinmura, because I got it super cheap, but this is a really, really hard shooter, like obscenely hard. This is a really cool beat 'em up, debuted on the PS3, if I remember correctly, but really cool. Fun to have it on the Switch. And speaking of fun to have it on the Switch, Kablamo. Yeah. It's just so fun to play Skyrim on the Switch. It's kind of dumb that you can, but I love it. I love that you can. Smashing the Battle. I reviewed the Steam version of this recently. This is the same game, but with extra Ghost Soul content. So maybe it's more actual levels, or more likely you just sort of play through the same levels with a different character, because that's how they did all of the bonus content in the first game, or in the original game on Steam. And meh, meh is what I say. I was not blown away by that at all. But you know, it's decently reasonable. Super Mario 3D All Stars, because I own physical copies of all of those games, but can't take them on the go, can I? Yeah. My children have regained their interest in this, which is good, because before that they really didn't care that much. They said they would. It was a dog that they said they would walk every day and then never did. Yeah, two of these, because obviously haven't played it yet. I know, I'm the worst. Yeah, my son really likes Mario Party. I have always hated Mario Party from the beginning because it's panic inducing. It's like, hey, you've got 5 seconds to learn how to play a game that you've never played before that we're not going to explain very well. Ready, set, go. Oh, you lost. And like, that is the experience of playing Mario Party, and I hate it. I'm really good at Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball on the GameCube. So I bought this and have never played it. So, but yeah. Oh, these are the real Star Wars prequels, because yeah, the prequels that were made by George Lucas. If I ever invent time travel, I'm gonna go back to 1989 and kill him with a shovel, because then the last movie that he made will have been the last good Indiana Jones, and then he will not have tarnished his own legacy over the past 2 decades plus. Anyway, but yeah, Knights of the Old Republic, what can you say about them? They are the best. And when I heard Limited Run was releasing those, I could not buy them fast enough. Anyway, Star Wars Pinball, super fun, way more fun than you'd think. But yeah, Stardew Valley, a game that I hoped my wife would be able to get into. She can't for whatever reason. She's got nothing for this game. It just does not hit the very specific need that she has for video games of a like of that type. Yeah, the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection's got a ton of games on it, but they're all Street Fighter, so they don't take up much space, really. So it's not that impressive, I guess. They have so many games on there. Streets of Rage 4. Oh, yeah. Good beat 'em up. Love the Streets of Rage series. Always have. Always been a fan. And this one, I can't tell you anything about. I bought it cheaply, which is, a recurring theme. But when it comes to Bomberman, some Bomberman games are really good, and some Bomberman games totally suck. And I don't know which of these this is. I wouldn't be surprised either way. But it's the last game in this box, and we'll come back with the last box and a little bit. There's just a little bit left. Okay, last box, here we go. Sushi Striker. Yes, I own it, and really don't know what it is, or don't remember where I got it. Smash Bros. Ultimate, of course, I own 2 copies because you got to. Now, this is a fan service game that I purchased for myself. The Neptunia games, there are many, many Neptunia games. It's impossible to keep them all straight, but yeah, a lot of them are more action beat 'em up type games, and that's really fun because they're really like you get really obnoxiously stupid weapons and whatnot. It's really kind of fun, and I like that in a game where it's like stupid fun. And I don't know if this one is also stupid fun, but I got it cheap. I was like, oh, a Neptunia game, and it's cheap, so I bought it. And fan service, sure, but also I'm looking for fun more than anything. Like, fan service will not make up for lack of fun in a game for me. Yeah. The Takeover is a really, really good beat 'em up, and I was happy to get a limited run release of that. I need more of the Tales games. I don't have very many of them in general. This is the only one I have on the Switch, and I'm happy to have it, but also, when am I going to find time to play it? Now, here's a return to form that everybody was happy for, because those Turtles games, man, Turtles 2, the arcade game on the NES, or the actual arcade game that was even better than the NES version. Oh, such a delightful beat 'em up. This is like solidly solid, which I was surprised by. But Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is one of the most important games in my life. I love it so very much. And yeah, to be able to play it on the go, that's kind of awesome. And so I couldn't not get that. Trials of Mana, I bought after I got Collection of Mana because I was like, I should play more Mana games and know more about it because I've played a little bit of Secret of Mana, and I know that you can't just play a little bit of those games and be like, I get it. I generally get what's going on. You really have to play all the way through. Anyway, next bundle. We are making our way. We're making good time. This, I don't know who this is for. Because I don't play co-op, and I'm generally bad at that sort of stuff. This game looked really cool. I don't know if it actually is cool because I haven't played it yet, but yeah, I own it, so that's good. Oh, yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about this one, and so that's why I own it. But again, like, it's a very immersive RPG, and how much time do I have? This one I got in ways, and I haven't played it, and don't even. Is it sealed? It might be sealed. Anyway, When am I going to play it? Who knows? This one looks really cool and really interesting. I have a lot of Warhammer games. It is entirely possible that the reason that the Russians were hacking my Steam account was to get Warhammer games. That would make sense given the number of them that they purchased and the amount of time they put into them. But yeah. And this one, Windjammers 2, I bought because Windjammers, the original, is so much fun. Is this one as good? Probably not. I don't know. Sorry. Sorry for the coughing. I tried to turn away. I love that I can play Witcher 3 on the go, even though it's not as, not quite as awesome. Excuse me. If I'm good, I'll edit this out, but I'm probably not good. I didn't edit that last stuff out of the NES version, so will it surprise you if I don't edit that out? I own 2 of these because I got them cheaply, and I don't think my son has ever played it, but he would probably like it if he did. XCOM, yeah, gotta love you some XCOM, so absolutely. And then we get into Ridiculous Town. I had already purchased this game for myself, and hadn't even opened it yet, but then I bought one to help a person out who was going through those hard times because of someone who was the freaking worst. And I also own this one, and this one used to be worth a ton of money because it was a very limited release. I think they've since re-released it. Oh, stupid dog. Anyway, and this one, yeah, because you gotta own just a ridiculous amount of Xenoblade Chronicles if you're gonna be alive in the world now. Yeah, this one I don't know anything about. Literally don't know anything about because of how I got it. And last but not least, this one looked kind of cool to me when I was looking at it, and I got it for cheap, and I was like, seems cool. Anyway, we'll find out someday, is it cool? Maybe I should have showed you the backs of these more, but I didn't. That would have taken way more time. Anyway, people, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you for being here for this video. Thank you for being here for all the videos, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.